you, Madam Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. Did you notice that when Jean started off her speech, she immediately stepped away from the podium here, demonstrating confidence and that she was willing to take the entire room on. She then followed with a question, and a question is a terrific way to start a speech. Not only does it immediately take your attention from there right to her, but it makes you think, and you start to begin to answer the question that she has posed. Throughout her speech, she used very easy words to understand. Nothing too difficult, and her pace was rather smooth and slow, and she even made sure to include pauses between her different points. Another fantastic thing to incorporate in any speech. Her eye contact happened to move throughout the room, which is good, better than staying focused on where the camera may be or where the judges or the timer might be. But one tip I have for her, zoom in. Really identify with some of the people out in the audience. Lock eyes for just a brief moment. That adds to even a larger impact. Her props. Some of you may think she might not have had any props. Props don't necessarily have to be visible props. They can be invisible props. When she was talking about having a pistol, and then she paused before saying bottle, pause, excellent. But what if she would have had a pistol? And what if that would have switched from a pistol to a bottle with a trigger that you're all familiar with when you're watering plants or whatever you may use a bottle container for. The movement, she did happen to move out here quite a bit. But as I mentioned with the eye contact, moving in and locking in, it's good to also use the room to your advantage. Make sure you include the people over here, but then never forget the people on the other side. She made it easy to follow. We didn't really have to move our heads too much, but it's okay to use the entire space. Remember, when you're speaking, the space is yours. Her voice variation, well, her goal was to educate us on raccoons, and she did so by keeping her voice variation relatively smooth. However, I do recommend that you bring it up at certain times, such as then when she was talking about screaming or wailing, perhaps it could have been screaming or wailing to add further emphasis. But overall, it was nice and easy to follow and to understand. In conclusion, Jean's voice was very easy to understand. Her word usage was relatively smooth and easy to understand. She used simple words. She could have used the room more to her advantage. She could have locked eyes, but overall, she did an absolutely fantastic job. Madam Contest Chair.